I've got a confession to make. I'm in love with artificial intelligence. Right? But not because I think that machines will actually destroy us or replace us, but because AI is a mirror who we are and what we fear. Did anyone in the audience, and you can raise your hand, watch a movie called Her? Right? Quite disturbing. Not so far from our reality these days. So for those who did not watch the movie Her, essentially is a story of a lonely man that falls in love by his operating system, essentially falling in love by his AI assistant. It sounds quite absurd until you realize it's not about technology. It's about us. About how we are afraid to love when it's messy, uncertain, unpredictable, real. You know, I've lived in several cities around the world: Paris, Lisbon, New York, and now beautiful Shanghai. I've worked in Wall Street, where algorithms make billions in milliseconds. And I've been deploying automations and working with AI every day, bringing efficiency to large companies. And yet, the question I get the most, it's not necessarily about efficiency. It's about meaning. From time to time, people ask me, Vanessa, what happens if machines become so good at simulating connection that us, humans, we stop risking real connection with each other? And we see the patterns in our society these days. We swipe instead of speak, we ghost instead of grieve, and we choose predictive texts over unpredictable hearts. And I have some data that actually shows this. According to a study from 2023 from the World Health Organization, 1 in 4 adults worldwide experiences loneliness on a daily basis. In China itself, according to a report from the National Bureau of Statistics, approximately 90 million of people live alone. And when we check the demographic projections, this number is about to exceed 140 million by 2030. So you see, Her, it's not science fiction. It is actually a mirror, a warning. So here's the truth that we rarely say out loud. Love without a risk, it's not love. It's a simulation. And simulations are safe. AI is safe in that sense. It learns, it adapts, never abandons you, and never rejects you. But love isn't always safe. Love transforms us, disrupts, terrifies us. I would like for us to do together an exercise. Let's close our eyes for a second and think about the last time that you fall in love by someone, or that you fall in love by a project, an idea. You can now open your eyes. How did it make you feel? Did it make you feel comfortable, or were you afraid? For me, that's good. For me, last time that I was in love by someone, I was absolutely terrified. But you know, this fear, it's not a weakness. Neuroscience shows that every time that we fall in love or we form a deep attachment two parts of our brain lighted up at the same time. Our fear center, our amygdala, and our reward system. So you see, this trembling sensation, butterflies in the stomach, or even fear, this is the real living proof that you are alive, that you are human. In my field these days, AI can create wonderful images. It can compose music. It can even generate the most amazing love letter. But there's one thing that no algorithm can do. It cannot choose to love. Because love, it's not a prediction. It is a decision to be present even when control is absolutely impossible. So you see, we, machines and algorithms, they calculate probabilities. Us, humans, we do something much more braver. We accept uncertainty, we accept connection, even when we are uncertain, even when we cannot control our connection. So these days, we actually are really afraid that machines are going to become more human. But what if the real danger is we, humans, become more machine-like? That we start treating our relationships as systems, and that we actually expect connections to be superficial and efficient. So you see, maybe that trembling or the fear that I felt, maybe that's not a problem to solve. Maybe that's the entire point of our existence. AI will continue to evolve. It will become more powerful. But it is our responsibility as humans to keep connecting with each other and to protect those connections and not to replace them. Because there's one thing that no AI will ever be asked to do, which is to share the real responsibility of another human heart. That responsibility, it should still be ours. It is ours every time we choose presence over performance, every time we choose courage over comfort. This is where the future is shaped. Not in the code that we write, but in the decision of sustaining a relationship with another human being. So for me, these days, the question is not so much, will AI replace us? Will machine ever love us? The real question is, will we dare to truly love each other? Fully and for real? Because that courage, so fragile, so human, that's the only code that will shape our tomorrow. And maybe it's the only code worth writing. Thank you very much for listening my thoughts.